Okay, so guys, if you have any background noise, go ahead and mute yourself out. I don't hear any right now, so that's good. And we're going to start off with some recognition. And before we do that, I am really excited about giving you guys some tips and this crazy stuff that you wouldn't even think of that has happened to me over the years. And I just wanted to pour everything I know into letting you know these little tips that's going to make your life easier. I know Trinity and Marianne are going to do the same. And I'm sure that we've got many of us that the three of us have the same thing on our list. So we're all going to be marking them off as we wait our turn to give you guys all of our tips. And, we're probably just going to be rattling them off. So write quickly, get your notebook ready, and be ready to write fast, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Marianne for some recognition.
Okay, well, I'm super excited. I loved getting everybody's numbers, so this is really fun. We have a lot of people to recognize. So first of all, I just want to say congratulations to everybody who just turned in their numbers, whether they were big, small, exciting, not exciting, everything from 0 to the top number. So congratulations to Brenda for turning in her numbers, Catherine Fettner, Kelly, Morgan, Kendall, Sherry, Richard and Carmen, and Melissa. Thank you guys for getting us your numbers in time. So I want to recognize our number one in our top in booking. And so our number 3 place is Carmen and Richard. Congratulations, you two. And then tied for second place is Brenda and Morgan. They've got 3 new appointments on their books. Yay! I absolutely love Morgan's response. Like, you would be so great on what's that game show? The Price is Right. Like, you would run down and get excited. They would love you. Wonderful.
Morgan is very competitive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On the beach when we were playing those games, if you'll watch the video, Morgan is jumping up and down.
That's so funny. I'll have to go back and watch those. Okay, and then our number 1, our queen of booking tonight is Miss Melissa in pink with 8 appointments on her date book. Yay!
Melissa!
Yay! Okay, and then I want to go to our sales, and I'm going to recognize the top 5 because there were a lot that were really close. And so these are all Sapphire Star weeks. So basically, if you just continue to do this every single week, you will always be a star. All right, so our number 5 is Richard and Carmen. They did $313 in sales this week. Congratulations. Our number 4 is Catherine Fettner with $332 this week. Yay! And then our number 3 is Sherry with $390 this week. Congrats, girl. And then number 4, wait, I'm gonna make sure. Really don't want to mess this up. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. Number 5. See? We always struggle with this, you guys, because we're like counting backwards, but the numbers are going higher. Okay. I got Catherine, and I got Sherry, and I got Brenda. Brenda, our number 2 in sales with $448. Congratulations, Brenda. And then our number 1 in sales is Kendall with $450 this week. So that's a $225 profit this week. So is Kendall on here? See your name now yet? Okay, cool. Well, anyway, we would have heard from her if she was on here. So definitely when you're on here, we'd love to hear from you guys about all that good stuff. So congratulations, kudos. I look forward to having some more tight competition next week.
Yay. Thank you, Marianne. All right, so I think it's Trinity going first. Okay, so from tips and tricks, we're going to turn it over to Trinity.
Awesome. Hey, guys. So I just had a couple of different ones. I'm not going to lie to you. Pregnancy brain has kicked my fanny the past couple months. I'm forgetting everything. So I had a couple of different ones that I wrote down on the way back from Alabama today. But a couple of mine are makeup tips and like using different products in a different way than you may have thought. And then a couple of them are just business tips all around. So I'm going to start with the makeup. So with your mascara, whenever you are using your mascara or demoing it at a party, you never, ever, ever want to pump the tube. If you pump the tube of mascara, it adds air into the tube and bacteria. It will dry your mascara out as well. So it's really bad if you pump the tube. You want to twist and roll the applicator into the tube. So I always teach my All right, Kat. I always teach my customers that at parties that you always want to twist. My mom always taught me to pump the tube, but that is incorrect. You also never want to blow on your brush. If you have extra product, cheek color, eyeshadow on your brush, you never want to blow. You want to tap. If you blow onto the brush to get the excess off, it will actually add bacteria as well onto your brush. And so you want to tap it on your hand just gently, and it will get the excess off. So fun fact there. With your under eyes, okay, so your under eye concealer, your under eye corrector works really well, but some people that use like the very light CC cream and people that want to contour a little bit, if you mix the light ivory concealer along with the under eye corrector, it makes a really cool product. And so you just put it right underneath your eye right here, and it kind of contours and corrects underneath your eye. So that's kind of like magic. You should try it. It's really cool stuff. You can also use concealer for highlighting underneath your eyebrows. Whenever you do your eyeshadow, kind of makes your eyeshadow pop, and it just goes right underneath wherever you would put that mineral eyeshadow color, but you put concealer and then you can put like an eyeshadow over it. But it does add, it makes your eyebrows look like they've just been waxed. So it kind of covers up those little hairs there. So that's a fun one as well. In case you didn't know, you can put the soothing eye gel in the refrigerator, and that makes the soothing eye gel a million times better, even though it's already a million times better by itself. But at parties, whenever I demo the soothing eye gel, I always get there first. I say, hey, can I borrow your fridge? And I put the soothing eye gel in their fridge so that they can have a nice and cool experience, especially if I do a spa night and I use a warm washcloth to wash off all of their mask and everything. Go instantly into that soothing eye gel that's cold. That's a really cool combo there. So that one's really fun. Let's see. Okay, so whenever you are about to call and like book, or if you're calling people from a vendor event, or you're calling to do customer check-ins, always when you look at yourself in the mirror, practice smiling if you're practicing what you're going to say, because whenever you're smiling, they can actually like feel that over the phone, as weird as that sounds. And it's so true, because I did cheerleading and they always said, if you practice it like you want to do it, then you'll actually do it that way. It's like muscle memory. And so if you practice smiling when you're practicing your skincare presentation in front of yourself in the mirror, you actually will do it when you get nervous, because that's what you have practiced, if that makes sense. So that's kind of cool too. Let's see. Okay, so if you ever run out of receipts, this is just my idea of what I do. If you ever run out of receipts, because I've done that a million times at parties, I'm like, oh no, I don't have any receipts. And you don't want to use like a Post-it note and look crazy and unprofessional. I just write their order on the back of their profile card. And normally if they're going to use a card or a debit card, that kind of thing, you can text them a receipt from your app anyways. So that kind of looks more professional. Or I would tell them, your receipt will come with your order whenever I deliver it, if I don't have something that they need. But a lot of times people don't need receipts. So if you leave your receipts at home and you fill their order right then, a lot of times I've not had anybody ever ask me for a receipt if I've left them at home and just written on the back of their profile card. Let's see. Okay, so whenever you are filling an order at the end of your party, okay, so you've done your individual close, they've got their order and everything. You're going to your car to get their products, okay, and you're going to fill their order. Well, every time you go to the car, take something with you. Like, go ahead and pack your mirrors up while they're grabbing snacks really quickly so that you can have that packed up. And today I finished a makeup party in an hour and a half, and I was packed up and ready to go, because every time I go to fill an order, I go ahead and take something with me, like one of my bags, because I have a lot of different bags that I bring. So I take something with me every time so that at the end I'm not like carrying it all out at one time. So just grab something and go every time you make a trip. If you buy a squirt bottle from the Dollar Tree, and just keep it, I always fill it up with warm water whenever I get to the party, instead of having to re-wet their washcloths every single time that they need more water on it. You can just kind of squirt some of the warm water onto the washcloth there for them at the table. So I always keep a little squirt, like a pink one, just like a cute one from the Dollar Tree, and I squirt it on there. Let's see. And the last one that I have is, if you don't know this, if you ever have someone who has an allergic reaction at the table, okay, you're at a party, someone's having an allergic reaction, your first instinct is to panic. Don't panic, because it happens, okay? We all have allergic reactions. So this one time, Michelle taught me a long time ago that if you use the pore minimizer, which is step 2 of microdermabrasion, it has a lot of vitamins in it. It's got a lot of soothing agents in it. So it will help to calm a reaction, right? So I was at this party, and I'm always very big on, like, even in my kindergarten classroom, I have to say to my kids, like, you're okay, you're not bleeding, you're not dying, you're fine, like, it's gonna be okay. And some people at parties, they just need attention, so they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, my face is burning, and you're panicking because, you know, you don't want their face to burn, you don't want everyone else to think that this product is terrible. So I had this one woman at a party, and I'm always really calm, like, oh, I've got exactly what you need. This is our pore minimizer. It's packed with vitamins. It's going to really help you. And my confidence made her feel better because I accidentally didn't give her the pore minimizer. I gave her Serum C in the same tube. And so instantly, you guys, I realized what I had done, but I was like, oh, this will help so much. So I pump it into her hand, and she's like, oh, it feels so much better. Thank you so much. And she had to use Serum C. It wasn't even the pore minimizer. So just remember that people sometimes just need attention. And so if you're like, oh, this is what will help you, you must just be allergic to something in that, you know, specific product, and just make them feel like they are, you know, heard. You hear them, because she used Serum C to calm down that allergic reaction, and I didn't know that was possible. So there you go. That's a fun little tip there. So confidence is definitely important when dealing with some people at parties. So there you go. Those are some tips. And Marianne, I'll pass it to you.
All right, those are great. I love that. All right, so mine are a little along the lines of, like, I do a lot of stuff on the go, you know, especially I do a lot of work with my 3 younger children. They're 5, 3, and 1. And so I have my business in the bag. So I want to talk to you about my office in the bag. So I've got this like a big purse, and that's called my office bag. And I have things in there like, this is my supplies. I've got pencils for booking, pen, highlighters, and like a red pen or marker. I'll talk about why I have that in there. My business cards, just all that stuff, paper clips, whatever I need is in this. And then I've got my booking notebook where I put, you know, my first text, second text, third text, voicemails. I keep track of all that. My calendar, of course. My money bag that has extra sales slips in it. And it's got a couple of these. These are like my new thank you cards. They're from Mary Kay In Touch, and they're actually postcards, but they were super inexpensive. And I was like, branded thank you cards. So all of my thank you cards are actually these postcards. I love it. And then the sales slips, and I have my sales slips organized in there. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then this is my sharing appointment notebook. So anytime I sit down and do an interview with someone, they have a page and it has their name, and I have notes, so that way I don't forget anybody, and I keep that organized. I've got my tracking folder in here, the Recent Applause magazine. So when I have a second, I can flip through it and read it, or if somebody needs some cool facts, like I have something really professional. And then my Peek into Pink folder, and it's just got like recruiting information in there, so that way when we're doing an interview, and it's got the little files. I've got like a star poster in there, and a picture of the Kate Spade bags, all the jewelry prizes, and then I've even got things like something for all the different personalities. I got treats in here for all the different personalities. I have an advanced brochure for your D personalities, or people who like to lead and to win. I've got a weekly plan sheet for your busy people, so we can actually fill out their weekly plan sheet right there and show them where they do have time to work. I do have a catalog. I even have a ready, set, sell brochure, just in case we need to talk about that. So like, it's ready to go all the time. I don't literally have to carry this around with me everywhere, but it's in my office bag, and then I can just take it out of the bag and stick it in the car. So if I don't need it right away, it's not all that extra weight. And then my referrals and everything, and I've got it labeled like On the inside are the ones I haven't called, and then the ones I have contacted, and these need to go in a file. So all of that goes in the business bag. Yay. And so that way I don't have to pack up my office today, and it goes with me. I have a red pen or marker in that bag because as I'm pulling stuff off the shelf, our consultant order form, you've seen it on our new consultant boot camp. I had a hard time keeping track of like where I actually wrote stuff on here because of the coloring. And, you know, if I used a pen or pencil, and so I finally got smart this year and decided I would mark with red on this because I could definitely find red on here really easily. So anytime I pull something off the shelf, I mark it in here. I have one here at the desk. I have one over there with my product, and I have one in my bag, and I think I have one in the car just in case. So it's everywhere with me, so I don't forget what all I have to restock. In my money bag, my sales slips that I have, and you can do this however your brain works. So like I have one that says open orders, all right? For whatever reason, they're open. Like I need to run the card, or they haven't paid, they need to be delivered, whatever. Couple of them where if I need to order something, that's got a specific tab on it, so I don't forget that person. Or let's say I've got their stuff and now I need to go deliver it to them. And then maybe this one is they're delivered, but then I need to do my 2+2 follow-up, and that way I don't put that slip away until I followed up with them and check with them 2 days later. I also put that reminder in my phone. I need lots of reminders. And then also the last one says file. And so that way I kind of keep track of all of those. And that goes in my money bag. And there's, you know, some couple extra sales slips in there as well. And then, let's see. So really that's helped to keep almost nothing but my wallet in my purse. It's been so great, you know. All right. Follow-up thank you message. After I go to a party, I always love to follow up with the hostess and the guests and just say, thank you so much for spending time with me and letting me pamper you. It was great to get to know you. It was great to meet you, something like that. So whether they bought something or not, they heard from me again. I made another connection. So every time I contact people, that's another connection. The more connections we have, the better. So, you know, obviously if they bought something, they're going to hear from me 2 days later. But there are people who don't buy something, but they still need to know that they're valued and that they were cared about and that I just wasn't just only talking to them if they were going to spend money. And then I like to use, I have a pic collage picture, and it just has a sweet background, a casual picture of me, and it says, thank you for letting me pamper you. And so I also send that as well because, you know, people are really visual. And they're like, oh, that's so sweet. So pic collage, get good at that, okay? Practice doing just really simple things. And then, let's see. Systems on your phone, that has saved my life, okay? So like you've got to have Dropbox on your phone and Voxer on your phone. And so that way, you know, I have a wireless printer. It's fairly old, so I think that like all printers now come wireless. So when I'm upstairs, I can print off all my fabulous game sheets. So it's printing 10 sheets while I'm upstairs doing my makeup, you know, I hope, unless it breaks. So, but yeah, so that's one way to help me get things done efficiently. And then I also keep a hard copy of stuff like that in my file so that sometimes if my internet is not working, I can just pull a hard file and literally copy it on the printer. So that's helpful as well. It's just having some multiple options there. And then creating files where you can't see that with the light, in your photos, creating albums. So like now I have a Chroma Crazy file. So everything that's Chroma Fusion is going in that photo album. So if I'm trying to find something, I don't have to go through the 10,000 pictures literally that are on my phone. Oops. And then I also have like my favorites. So my business card, my text business card is in my favorites. So whenever I'm doing my referral booking and I say, hey, I'm going to send you my picture so you know I'm not a robot, I don't have to be like, okay, where is my business card? It's right there in the favorites. I only have 10 pictures in my favorites. Also, whenever we're doing like some booking, and let's say, you know, I might be booking skincare, or I might be booking Chroma Fusion, or I might be booking brows, but whatever I'm booking at that moment, I will then favorite that photo. So it's the first one on my favorites list, so that way I don't have to scroll through several different things in one album, because my Mary Kay photo album has like 70 to 100 pictures in it right now. And I don't have time to scroll through that every single time. So that's going to help a little bit as well. Notes, the notepad on your phone, all these scripts that we send out, like what to say to invite people to a career chat, coffee chat interview, what to say to do your first 15 faces, all of those scripts. I've started to make albums or files in my notepad section. I have an iPhone. And so I've got a Mary Kay folder, and in that folder, it has, pages that are like scripts, or let's see what's on there. My hotties list, all my people that I want to talk to interview, that's my hotties list. My 24-hour challenge, vendor booth list, like different ideas that I have, those kind of things. And then you can also search through that. So if you're like, what was that 24-hour script? You can find that. And same thing with Voxer. So that's a new feature that Voxer has put in there, is that you can search. There's 2 different tabs. You can search a group, or you can search your messages. So if you're looking for something in particular, but it has to be typed words. Obviously, if it's an image, it can't just find that image. It has to be words that it's looking for. All right, so creating notes and organizing everything so you can find it really fast. Albums in your photos, using your business stuff on your phone, like Dropbox and Piccolage. If you don't have a wireless printer, then basically having Dropbox on your phone is easy, because then you're going to pull and save stuff from Voxer, and then you can email yourself from Dropbox, and then when you open up your laptop or your computer, pull up your email, and then you'll be able to print stuff, or if you need to email it to Office Depot, you can do that as well. Another fun trick, going off of Trinity's mascara stuff, anything with a wand, lip gloss, if you store it upside down, because gravity's going to pull it down, so that way when you pull it out, all the stuff is right there at the top of the tube, because it's been upside down. So that way you don't ever have to scrape the bottom, because it's all at the top, where you can actually be flexible with it. I just learned that from Ari Hathaway like 3 weeks ago.
Yay! Awesome. All right. Thank you, Marianne. Was that it? Good job. All right. Now, so I'm going to rattle off some of my tips. Some of these may be simple, but I know that we have a lot of new people. And always remember that with our skincare, our color code means pink is for normal to dry skin, and purple is combination to oily. And so you can always look on the back of the tube, and it has the little swoosh. And that's with all of our skincare. If it doesn't have a color, then it means it's for all skin types, okay? Also, as you start growing your business and you need different postcards for like Christmas cards for your customers, you guys know I do that every year. Muffins and makeovers, I was doing it one time, or my Pink Friday sale at Thanksgiving. If you'll look behind me, I have a cork board, and I keep all of my postcards there so I don't forget what I've already made. And so like my Pink Friday postcard, which is missing, by the way, because somebody wanted to see it. I know I already have it. Duh, it's a memory thing. I just text my graphic designer and says, change the date for my Pink Friday postcard. Lots of different little things that I put all my postcards back there. And then I have another cork board right here in front of me that you can't see that has a lot of other postcards, okay? Also, sensitivities. So Trinity triggered a memory for me. If you've got somebody who is at your party and she's like, my eyes are watering. Well, here's the deal. Try to use the word sensitivity instead of allergic reaction, because that way people like, Trinity's guest who is already like drama queen, if you say, oh, you're just probably having a sensitivity, once the product dries, it goes away. For example, when I put on my foundation, my nose always runs. I have to have a Kleenex on my counter when I'm putting on my foundation, because I know that my nose is always going to run when I put it on. Once it dries, it's fine. It doesn't run all day. So I'm not going to, throw out the baby with the bathwater and say, I can't wear it. I've got allergic reaction. No, it's a sensitivity to the product once it's wet, but once it's dry, I'm fine. All right. That makes complete sense, right? All right. Some other things. One appointment cancellation or disappointment will not make or break you, unless it's the only one on your date book. You just move on. You learn to say next in this business, okay? Don't be a drama queen. We always say pull up your big girl panties and move on. You shouldn't get to a point where that one appointment is your life. You just keep going. Have a checklist. I used to have a checklist on the day that I had a party. I would print it off and I would check. It would say, check your bags, check your product bags, make sure you got plenty of product to sell. Check your demo bag to make sure nothing's empty. Make sure you've got your sales tickets, money bag, all that kind of stuff. I used to have that when my systems were not in place, okay? It took me a while to get my systems in place. And I'll show you some of my systems in just a second. But I always use that checklist. I would always bring in all my bags to the kitchen, and I would work from the checklist during the day. If I was, multitasking, if I was getting dinner ready, changing diapers, whatever, I'm going through, I'm like, oh, my next thing is check my demo bags. Checking it, okay, nothing's empty, check that. I got my money bag, I've got some change in there, I've got my pencils, my pens, my sales tickets, my profile card, check, check, check. And once I had everything checked off, I would set that piece of paper on top of my bags. Andy would get home and he would see that those bags were there and my sheet was on top. That triggered him. Okay, she's done. He would load my cart. Okay. Now my car stays loaded because I have better systems in place. Okay. And so checklist. Now, when I was new, I had a checklist at the parties. Here's my checklist that would tell me of what order to go in. Okay. Open with your I story. Present the company facts. Check. Class presentation. Check. You see, I went all the way down. Check, check, check. I even had at one point, do the cleanser. Take it off. I mean, things that you can release from your mind to remember so that you can be more energy giving at your skincare class. Because your main thing, you don't want to be so robotic because you're trying to remember things. Release your brain to be more energy giving and work on building that relationship, because ultimately it doesn't matter what you say. It matters how you made them feel. The product's going to do its job, but do they connect with you? Do they want to be your customer for life? Do they want to be your consultant for life? Did they like you? Did they trust you? Did they want to do business with you? That's the most important thing. So I found that having a checklist released me from that robotic state of trying to remember, like when your kids are talking to you and you're trying to do something, you're looking at them, but you know that you're not really looking at them. They think you are. And I feel bad sometimes, but I'm like, I have no idea what she just said, especially little girls, they talk fast. And so get out of the robotic state, create a class presentation checklist so that you literally check it off and release your brain to connect with the customer, okay? Also, Mary Ann's already checked off about the customer order forms. I like to have those. I order those. They come for free. Every time you place an order, it's down on the bottom. Do you want a free customer order form? Yes, yes, yes. And I keep these, like she said, everywhere on my inventory shelf, in my money bag, so I would know prices, on my computer, in my every notebook you can find. I have them everywhere, and I never throw them away, because sometimes when you do product return, the part numbers are in here, and if it's a product that was discontinued, you need that part number. So I'm like a hoarder when it comes to these things. These are like the Mary Kay Bible to me, but always get them and save them. All right. So also read the Mary Kay Autobiography. Please, please, please take time to do that. You've got to know her heart. You've got to know the power of this company. You've got to know, like I said, her heartbeat, her heart, her voice. Just fall in love with Mary Kay. And, we always say my blood runs pink. When I think reading, it's a fast read. If you are not, if you don't have a love for reading, I promise you it's a fast read, okay? Also, ask questions when you've got someone that says, that says no to the opportunity or no to whatever. Ask questions, because sometimes they're saying no because they have a preconceived notion. So, for example, they're like, "Oh, I could never do that." Well, why not? Well, I don't have $10,000 for product. What? Why do you think? You would have never known that they thought you had to have a lot of product, So ask the right questions, because if you overcome those objections, you might get a no to a yes. It's like peeling an onion, getting down to the reason. And so don't just settle for no. Have confidence and find the core of the reason for somebody saying no, because it's a preconceived notion, okay, of what they're thinking, or there's another word, but I can't think of it. All right. Use the product. Let's move on. We'll talk about that later. Use the product. We can tell when you're not using the product, okay? I can't tell you how many lunch appointments I've sat down with a consultant over the years, 18 years, and if somebody's saying, "I'm not selling skincare," I'm like, "Okay, let's meet." I'm not saying let's meet because I just want to hang out with her. Sometimes I do. I'm saying, "Okay, let's get together because I want to see your skin." Because usually when you're not selling skincare, it's because you're not using the skincare. Because if you're using the skincare, your enthusiasm and your love just oozes out of you. And people want to buy it just because of your excitement. And so use the product, okay? Now, all right. One name is powerful. All right, so if you do vendor events or you get a facial box and you get one name, I never go to an event thinking I'm going to get 100 names. I'm looking for that next hot shot. I'm not going to go into my stories where I met Marianne and how I met Jennifer and how I met Trinity. It was, one name can change your entire life, the power of one. And so have an attitude of gratitude. Oh, I got one awesome name. It was totally worth my whole day being at that vendor event, because you never know the lives you will touch from that one name. So be realistic, okay? And have that attitude of gratitude. Take time, and I know we're running late. Y'all, I have so much. We may have to do a part two because I'm not going to keep you too late. Have time to think and create. Think about a hostess plan. I used to change my hostess plan every 6 months because I needed to be excited about it. If I got excited about it, I got bookings. And so now I get excited about the product launch, okay? I don't remember having the kind of product launches that we have now. And so I would have to have a new hostess plan. And so take time to think and create. And there's a book called Thinking for a Change by John Maxwell. And he literally has a thinking room that he just goes in to think. And so turn off the radio sometimes when you're driving. I do my best thinking driving. I'm going to tell you, I came up with some amazing ideas those years that I was driving to Trinity and driving to Marianne. I think I was killing them, boxing them on my way. I got an idea. Because I would turn the radio off and I would just think. A mother of 5, I didn't get a lot of thinking time. And so in the car was my thinking time. All right. One other tip, some other tips I want to skip to, and we'll do another part 2. When you are running out to your car to get product, and it's, daylight savings time started, if you lift up your trunk, if you have a car, because I used to have the Mary Kay car that had a trunk. If you keep that trunk open, too long while you're digging out the product and you can't see, the trunk light automatically goes out. So you need to have a flashlight in your trunk, okay? So that you can always keep it in there to look for products. Also, the samples from the eyeshadows and we don't have cheat colors anymore, but the individual samples that come on a sheet of 18 that are perforated, they are peel and stick. So you can get a couple off, peel and stick on the back of your business card. And every time you hand out a business card, you're handing out a glamour look. And you say, I would love to show you how to apply these eye colors based on your eye shape. And for your time, I'll give you a $10 gift certificate. Remember, $10 in free product is only $5 out of your pocket, okay? Here's another thing. Your profile cards, they are carbon, okay? I can't find a profile card. They're carbon copies. So whatever they fill out, if you lift it up, it gives you a cheat sheet what to recommend for them for their skin. And I love that. So you can do that. Now, most of the time, I go through and X out all that stuff because I know what to recommend for them. Thank you, Marianne. Because women will sit there at a party. I only keep the portion of, I'll show you, I only keep the portion of their, I mark it out. I only want their address, phone number, because if I don't, women will sit there through my entire party and filling this out. You want to talk about driving me nuts? I'm like, stop. I need everybody to look up here at me. There'll be plenty of time to fill that out later. And they can't stand it. They're like, I'm like, for the love of God, I just want your address. So I just started Xing out. But if you're new and you still don't know what kind of products to recommend, it's carbon right there. Isn't that amazing? It tells you what to recommend for them. Mary Kay is so smart. They make this business so stinking simple, okay? Also, my bag that I keep everything in. So this is the money bag. This is the bag that has my my Pro Pay Jack for the credit card. I used to lose this, and I'm going to tell you why you always want to use this. Okay, so I was at a party. I used to always lose it, so I would just type in manually the thing. But if you swipe it, then you have record that there was the card member there and she signed. And if they try to do a return or I didn't make that transaction, 18 years, that's only happened to me one time. I knew she was a shady cookie. Her daughter-in-law warned me she was shady. And because I didn't run her card, I didn't swipe it, it was a reverse transaction. Okay. It was not with ProPay, it was with another service. So if you can do ProPay, do ProPay, but always keep it in your money bag so that you have it, and it's a cheaper percentage. You're always going to get charged, and you're charged less if you swipe it. I keep my sales tickets in here, I keep my profile cards, and I put my money there. I know this looks messy because I've had several appointments this weekend. I'm just throwing it in there, but it keeps everything in place. And when I go into my parties, I look in my bag and I see it, and I know I have everything to close that sale. Okay, right there. I also am a big fan of these clear little files. This is just an empty one, but I keep blank agreements in here. I do not send the e-card agreements. Here's why. I'm a control freak, and if I send you an e-card agreement to sign up, I want you signing up right now. I don't want you waiting 2 weeks. So I make them fill out our hard copy, and I take it and I put it in myself. We probably shouldn't record that part. But they signed it, I got the money, and it's going in tonight, right? Instead of me sending you an e-card. I am not a fan of e-cards. I hope I made that clear. But I use these little clear, they've got snaps, and I put my agreements in there. I put all of my stuff that I need at my party, and they're in a file, okay? So I have 2 bags that I carry. So I love those things. All right, let me see if there's one more thing that is like things that you really need to know. Let's see really quick. Samples, flashlight. It's cheaper to order sets and to break them up than to order like an individual miracle set or an individual from the Volume Firm set. So it's okay to order sets and break them up as you sell sets. Over the years, you'll hear people say, oh, don't break a set, don't break a set. I can't break a set when you're at a party. They used to really push that. Here's the deal with that. what they're really meaning is you don't want to sell somebody a moisturizer and she's using a cleanser of someone else's. Okay, because she's going to be mixing products that you have no idea what's in that product. And hodgepodging can cause a lot of skin reactions because we're all regulated by the FDA. And if this brand X maxed out an ingredient in their cleanser, and then we maxed out that same ingredient in our moisturizer, and they put the two together, skin problems. And so what I say, if I know that somebody is really on a beauty budget and can only buy a cleanser or only buy a moisturizer, here's what I say, because I don't want to lose her as a customer. And believe me, you will. She is not going to get the same effect using that brand X cleanser with my moisturizer. She's not going to see a difference. So here's what I say. I'm going to give you a special offer tonight. It's a one-time offer. It's called Trash for Cash. Okay. I'm going to sell you my cleanser at 50% off. I'm going to sell you my moisturizer at regular price, but I need you to hand me over and bring me I'm going to pick up your brand X cleanser so you don't use it anymore, and I'm going to trash it because I know you're going to get results from my cleanser and my moisturizer. Okay. You didn't lose any money. You didn't make any money on that cleanser, but you are going to make more money when she is now in love with this product and she's going to keep using it. Now, it's also a booking opportunity. You say, I know you've got a big wish list, and I would love to help you get the rest of this for free. You've got a whole bunch of people's name on your referral sheets. Let's get a few of those together so I can help you get free product. Okay, I'm going to end right there. That is a booking opportunity, but never pass up the chance to get that person home with your products. Okay. All right. Let's see if we've got some questions here from our chat section. I can never read fast enough. All right. Could you send a copy of your checklist? Yes, I will. Okay. Marion replied, what are some Hostess reward plans? Oh, girl, I'll have to give you some. Right now, I'm just going to tell you, I do not veer away from that monogram brush collection, especially now more than ever. I think it's with the new Chroma Fusion. I think you just need to run with that and stick with it. I have not changed in years, and I've got 14 appointments on my books right now, and it just works. It just works, okay? Michelle, what type of iPhone do you have? Have you had any issues with your project? Sometimes I do, but I just usually replug it in, and it's working fine right now. I look for more of those clear heart pouches. Where can I find them? I don't know. Those come from Mary Kay, but I just get the plain clear ones, Brooke. Okay, Brooke said, most of the time I get mine from the Dollar Tree. Yes. And then let's see. What about building free product? Building free product. That's Hostess. She gets free product. Give her a Hostess plan. Have 5 people there, you get $50 for free. Have 5 people there, get $75 for free. Let her pick out what she wants for free. I think that answered your question. All right, guys. I hope I'm not talking too fast, but I hate going over. I hope this was helpful. And I've got more pages, so maybe we'll start off next week with this and then lead into some more product tricks. I think that will be a good lead into that. So you guys, thanks for calling in, and sorry we were late, but this will be recorded. You can listen again, maybe in a slower pace. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you, guys.